Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to One and All on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Just want to make sure that the system is fully loaded, and then I get to introduce our very special guest. We're going to have a good time. All right, looks like we're good. All right. Well, one and all, thank you for joining us on this special edition of Good Life GPS. So this podcast, our commitment here is to facilitate, hopefully help and support you in having a game plan, a vision, a path for your best possible life as your best possible self. And to do that, I bring in leading experts from around the globe, offering expertise on everything from AI, emotional intelligence, resilience, people skills, sales skills, business skills, finance techniques. You name it, you get it here at Good Life GPS. And today, our very special guest is going to be helping you and I with something that I will call resilience, overcoming, to be able to get to the other side of whatever it is that we're in or dealing with or facing. And I'm very excited because Sheldon Crocker is our special guest today. And this is a man who has overcome adversity. This is a man who is a shining example of not only surviving, but thriving. He's an example. He's a transformational leader. He is, in fact, an award-winning author, a speaker. He's a resilience expert. But most importantly, he's a fellow Canadian. And even cooler than that, he's a Newfie. Lord Tanner, geez, boy, he's from Newfoundland there, boy. And so I wish I was a Newfie. I wish I was so cool. My family's from Sydney, Cape Breton, which means they're pretty cool. But I'm a mainlander. I was born in Toronto, so all I can do is my very best to be cool like our East Coast friends, and you have one here. So thank you so much, Sheldon, for taking the time. You're muted but magnificent. And I'm thrilled that you're here. I look forward to hearing from you. But first of all, I just want to say thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking the time to help everyone who's watching Good Life GPS.
Thank you for having me here today. I'm really grateful to be here because this topic hits home close to home for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'd love you to share your story, because I want people to know you got the cred, you got the street cred, you've been there, done that. You are a true overcomer. A lot of people, they teach success, but they haven't learned failure. I once said about a sales trainer, I said, the guy, he doesn't know what it's like to suck at sales. He was just born successful. And so they don't know how to help people get from there to here. They just know how to be here. Mm-hmm. And so they may not have the sensitivity, the empathy, the understanding of what it's like to say, I got nothing today. I got nothing. I don't have answers. I don't feel like being a nice guy. I don't feel like trying. I don't even feel like having a positive attitude. I've got to, forget this. And even it's not fair and why me. Mm-hmm. One who has been there and got from there to somewhere else has credentials no one else has. So would you be kind enough, Sheldon, just to let people in a little bit, at least on your journey?
Well, for most of my life, self-doubt wasn't just something I experienced once in a while. I come from a family background of being an only child, and my parents or my mother would always tell me that I would never be anything besides a disabled welfare bum. Wow. I was never ever supported. My father was a massive alcoholic. He was an alcoholic, mm-hmm. Who was always abusive. My mother used to be physically abusive towards me, taking her frustrations that she had about her marriage out on me. I was always picked on and bullied through the community because I was the only person there with a physical disability. I wasn't helped out at all. So I grew up that way, believing that, mm-hmm. Well, if my own parents didn't believe in me, then why would anyone else?
Yeah.
Or how can I believe in myself if my own family don't even believe in me?
Wow.
So that's
and
where.
May I ask, what is your disability? I noticed when I was doing my homework, getting to know you, that I wasn't able to get to what is it that you've specifically experienced. And my perception was that you left it off because that's not who you are. But I'm just curious if you'd be kind enough to share with our with our viewers and listeners so that
Yeah,
they can really understand who they're talking to and what you have experienced and what you know.
right. Well, the name, the title of the disability is arthrogryposis.
Ooh,
Well, when I was born, or as I was told, that there was only three people in all of North America that had it. Um, for example, I was not born with bicep muscles. Like I'm not. It's not that I don't. Muscles are not pumped up. I literally do not have bicep muscles, so I'm
wow.
not physically able to raise my arms any higher than. And even for me to raise my arms this high, I have to put my back. You
Wow.
know. So
Yeah.
and I was born with two straight arms. I guess because of my bicep muscles and the tendons and ligaments and everything.
Yeah.
Um, and when I was like 3 years old, they gave a surgery on my right arm so that it would always be bent, like it
Oh, I
cannot
see.
straight, it cannot straighten.
I see.
And they left the other arm straight, always. So I go around all the time with one bent arm and one straight arm. And back then, like, well, we're looking at 53 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Medical communities have been changing a lot since then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but back then, I guess it was because they thought, well, for example, I can carry groceries or open doors or whatever with my straight arm. And but my bent arm, that was like for feeding myself, brushing my teeth, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So that's why they did it like that. So that's the name of the disability. But to be honest with you, I don't see myself as having a disability.
Mm-hmm.
I see myself as having, as speaking of being a Newfoundlander with Newfoundland terms and all that, I see myself as having disability.
Mm-hmm.
Because the old time Newfoundlanders, instead of saying THIS, they
Yes.
would say DIS.
Yeah. This and that.
Yes, this and that. Right. So I have disability to overcome obstacle. I have disability to step inside my comfort zone, you know?
I love it.
So I don't see myself as having a disability, even though,
Oh,
well, I
beautiful.
do, but nah, you know.
Hmm. And one of
So
the things that I had asked, for those of you who are watching, I asked Sheldon about this because I had read it and I didn't know if Sheldon had been dialed into this statistic or if it resonated with him in his experience. And the statistic that I'll bring up now is when we're looking at people being optimistic or pessimistic or happy or unhappy, there have been global research studies done on these topics, and specifically the one on happiness. How happy are you?
mhm,
And what they found, shockingly, is that every single year this research is done, quadriplegics, that means people who do not have the use of their arms and legs, and maybe not at all, but it's all four limbs, and those people who are quadriplegic are always happier than lottery winners. Now, everybody, virtually everybody, thinks, man, I would be happy if I won the lottery. And if I lost the use of my arms and legs, that would make me unhappy. And yet, what we know for sure, year after year, never fails, quadriplegics are happier than lottery winners. And so, Sheldon, I asked you once, but I'll ask you live. What is your thought on that? And why do you think that is?
I believe it's because they already know what it's like not to have. They
Hmm.
already know what it's like to be without. So they're they're happier because
Hmm.
even though they are that way, they know that things could always be worse,
Yes.
you know?
I've talked about in some of my work the ego, and I think a fair amount of what I'm about to say I got from Dwayne Wayne Dyer, sorry. And Wayne Dyer said the ego is always looking at what it does not have, what it cannot do, what it does not know, and who's not with them. And when someone is a quadriplegic, one of the first questions is, well, what can I do?
Mhm.
They're asking the right question. What can I do? Can I move this limb? Can I move that limb? How much can I lift? Can I strengthen something? Can I get tools and support systems to be able to function? Like I want to know how I can max out a life that has some obvious limits in it. And so
That's right.
their eye is on what they can do rather than what they can't, because what they can't do is painfully obvious, so there's no need.
That's
Whereas a
right.
lottery winner is looking at what I don't have. It's like I have enough to I went from, let's say, a normal person's life and renting a home or an apartment and having a normal car, that now they got their Maserati and they got their $1 million home, but now they don't have money for the payments or sorry, the upkeep of the home, or that now they want a bigger home. So they're focusing on what they don't have, what they can't do, and the quadriplegic is only focused on what they can do. Would you agree with that?
I would. Yeah, that's what I meant when I said that they already know what it's like not to have.
Yeah,
Because when knowing what they already don't have, they focus on what they do have,
excellent.
you know?
Yep. Amen and amen. So here's what I want to do. I want to start with how a person can be an overcomer, how a person can have resilience. And so, would you say that the number one issue when someone finds themselves in that I'll call it that difficult place, whether it's profound trauma and drama, whether it's a disability or loss of a loved one, and whatever has got a person into this state that's not currently working for them, how much is self-doubt the issue that's keeping them there?
Self-doubt is a big part of, because they lose track of, and they lose focus on exactly who they are and what things they've already overcome. So I
So
want to,
that's central.
you know,
Once a person has belief in self, they can begin. Is that what you would say?
yeah, self-doubt usually comes from one thing, which is forgetting who you really are and what you've already
Mm,
overcome. So we forget the moments we pushed through already. We forget the resilience we've survived. We
yes,
forget the challenges that we've overlooked, and because of the things that we've already been through, if we lose track of that, then it's harder to be resilient. But resilience comes when you recognize and realize where you've been and what you've
that's
done.
beautiful. So, for everyone watching, I encourage you to think about right now moments in your life where things were difficult and you wanted a better outcome, even if it's just something as what you might think is as benign as I struggled with math and then I hunkered down, I got a tutor and I ended up passing, right? Even if something that you might not think that much about. Well, that is a pattern that can be repeated. There's a pattern of I realized I was not happy with my current reality. I had belief that I could do better. I sought out a path to get better. I engaged in the discipline and I gained victory. And you might say, well, that was a little thing. No, it is a big thing because it is the proof that you can have a positive and profound impact on your circumstances. You can overcome. Is that what you're saying? It's like just
Yeah,
find evidence in your past where you did get to the
that's
other
right.
side of something.
That's right. If you're looking at it and say, "Well, I can't do this," it's like if you remember, it's like, "Well, I done like that last week. Last week I overcame something that I could. So who am I to tell myself that I can't overcome this?"
Hmm.
And the more often that you overcome things, the more you realize that, yeah, you can.
Yes. Why do you think people don't give themselves credit? Why do you think people are not mindful of their past achievements and overcoming?
It's so much easier to look at the negative side of life because society in general is always bombarding us with
Mm-hmm.
news that is not positive, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes it easier to focus on the old saying of keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
No matter how good your life may be or how many things you're after doing, you all automatically fit the information that you got to do more.
Mm-hmm. And I think depending on the environment someone finds themselves in, the culture, the community, the friend group, that possibly if you say, I'm doing great, your friends might say, well, who do you think you are?
Hmm.
Like what makes you so special? And
Right.
so the secret to rapport in I'll call it dysfunctional environment, and I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but the secret to rapport is to lead with life sucks. And everyone said, yeah,
Hmm.
me too. How are you? I'm tired. Yeah, man, it sucks. How was traffic? Oh, it was horrible.
Right.
And so, and then they one up each other. You think that's bad. I woke up dead, and they try and compete on whose life sucks more. And so it does seem like it's a societal knee jerk default to say we find our rapport in negativity and commiserating. Would you agree with that?
I would, because negative self-talk becomes the script you don't even realize you're following.
Mm hmm. Mm
Like,
hmm.
I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm always failing. Those tasks
Yes,
become
yes.
instructions and you end up living them out.
All right. Well, let's build now. So we've talked about the challenges someone might find themselves, an environment that may be non-conducive, and a perception of self-limitation or self-doubt. And so now let's jump in. I know you have 5 steps to overcome. So I'm going to ask you to walk us through, just walk us through like step 1, step 2, and just help everyone here and myself, because we're all there sometimes,
Hmm.
and who knows, you could be in the middle of something. We're all have our moments. So
That's
what
right.
are those steps for anyone to move to overcome, if you don't mind?
I don't mind at all. Step one, create what I would call a victory journal.
Victory journal.
A
Okay,
victory
what is that?
journal. It's a guide that you can use for things you forget about because you didn't realize that they were important at the time. Just small things to huge things, but they were actually signs of your strength. Many
Mm,
people only realize what they didn't finish or what went wrong, as we already discussed. But a victory journal forces your mind to see what's true, done more
s-
than you because we've all done more than what we think we do.
yes,
We've all overcome more than what we're probably aware of.
yes.
So,
So I want to pounce on journaling because I want everyone to understand that this is very doable. First thing I want to say about journaling is I don't know a wildly successful person who does not journal. I just don't.
mhm.
I whenever I meet with a super successful person, they're almost always carrying some kind of little book with them, little paper book, and they scribble in it. Sometimes they scribble, a to-do list. Sometimes they'll write out prayers in their book, plans, meetings. So if I'm talking to Sheldon today, before I get on this meeting, I'm going to flip back a few pages to our last conversation, so I'm picking up where we left off. So I'm not losing the progress that we've already made. So I always have a journal in front of me. Some people
Mhm.
have gratitude journals that are not daily journals, not the scribble journals, but they're exclusive for gratitude. And every single day, they have a gratitude list. And I've spoken to super successful, top level global executives who have racks, like literal racks of gratitude journals in their office, and they can go through them. And they believe that their gratitude journals, which is the other side of the emotional coin of a victory journal, because you can't write a victory without feeling grateful, and they make that part of their daily discipline, and they're separate. Do you have a thought on keeping them separate, so those that victory journal doesn't have a to-do list, it doesn't have notes from my last meeting, it's only my victory journal? Or in your experience with victory journals, can they be merged with a normal journal? What are your thoughts?
I believe that it can be merged, and or you could be. That depends on the individual themselves.
Yes.
If you're having the time, if you're having a difficult time remembering or thinking that you're a failure, or and
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, keep a separate journal, victory journal to say anytime that comes up, maybe
Mm-hmm.
just open the journal and remind yourself, look at what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me what I can't handle. What's
Yes.
next? Because I've already done this. But it
Yep.
can also be included. It can be incorporated inside of your full time your comprehensive journal as well.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well, I'll
know.
tell you this morning, just as an example, what I try and do is I try and discipline myself to get some quiet time before the noise, before the world hits and everyone
Hmm.
expects something of me. I seek to get some solitude. I'm continuing to learn to discipline myself to go into meditation. That's not something I've really. I can't pretend to be a master of it. Although apparently I'm a good teacher, but I can't say that I'm a very good student. Maybe you can talk about that if you have a thought. But I just want you to know that this morning, just as an example, I didn't know we were going to be speaking about exactly this. I wrote down Saturday, November 22nd, right, which is today of
Hmm.
the recording. We're recording live. 8:44, Starbucks, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay, so I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm down here for a little bit. And I wrote, I'm feeling very happy, grateful, and excited in building GoodLife GPS, this podcast. And I said, I love being here in Florida. I love hanging out with my cousin. I'm enjoying doing these interviews. I just wrote down what was on my heart, and it doesn't take long, and it sets the tone for the day. I'm feeling in flow. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling grateful. And when we're grateful, the way I have a similar father story, perhaps. My father used to say, "If you keep crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about." And
Yeah.
some people watching this remember the days when parents may have talked like that. Well, as an adult, and I engaged in my spiritual journey, I came to twist that beautifully, and I just feel like God, my heavenly Father, is saying, "You keep thanking me, and I'm going to give you something to thank me for." And so I
Right.
find a grateful heart just opens up and keeps opening the floodgates. So just wanted to let people know this is real. People do this,
Hmm.
and it's not hard, and it's very helpful. Anything else you want to share on the Victory Journal? Because I find that very helpful.
Yeah. I just know it's to keep it regular, to do at
Mm,
least even once a month. It actually helps to rewrite and rewire the way you see yourself. It gives your brain evidence of your strength, and
hmm.
confidence always grows from evidence.
I love it. I love it. So I face my reality. I commit to finding the strength, to finding a different vibe, a different emotion, and moving in a direction. Step one, I'm going to begin with a victory journal. What am I grateful for? What I have achieved? What have I overcome? So it tells me I'm an overcomer. I'm resilient,
Hmm.
and it sets you up. Second, I suppose you're going to start making a plan. What's step two?
Well, step two is set one small goal,
Mm,
not five, just one.
mm.
Because a lot of self doubt comes from not knowing exactly where you're heading. When your
So
destination isn't clear, your mind fills in the space with fear.
So help us understand how to write a goal, because people write all kinds of stuff and they may or may not be doing it in a way that's helpful for them. So help us to understand how to write a goal to dramatically increase the odds of achieving it and getting all the benefits of becoming the person that I can from writing that goal well. So how do I write a goal well?
Well, I always ask people if you could accomplish one thing in the next 30 to 90 days that would generally make your life better, what would it be? That's the first
Nice.
question to ask yourself. Once you choose, write it down and make it crystal clear, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So a SMART goal.
Smart goal. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to do that again because I want everyone to, if you can grab a pen and
Mhm.
remember this, SMART. SMART, SMART goals. And
Yeah,
I'll ask,
specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound.
so specific. So if I said, I'm going to get better at video editing, is that
Hmm.
specific?
Yeah,
Get better. Okay. Is it measurable?
video editing is specific.
Yeah, the video editing part is
Yeah.
specific. The get better, how would I measure that, right? So how could a person set a measurable goal on video editing? Because it's just like someone said, I'm going to be nicer or happier or whatever.
Hmm.
It's tricky to measure happier or better or more.
Right.
So how could a person take that? Let's say I want to get better at editing videos.
Hmm.
How could I turn that into a smart goal? So video editing is clear. How do I make it measurable? Do you have any idea?
Today I will spend 25 minutes video editing this one specific talk or this one
Nice.
specific piece of content,
Yes.
and I will make sure that I remove 7 empty blank spaces.
Sorry, what was that part about seven?
I remove 7 empty
Oh,
blank
I see. Yeah.
spaces.
Gaps. Yeah.
You
So
know.
excellent. So for one and all here, if it's a goal where you say I want to feel better or look better or do this better, find something that's measurable. That if you achieve that measurable thing, that could be defined in better. So let's say I've never taken out gaps in a video. And if I invest 25 minutes where I normally just spend 5, let's pretend, I'm going to increase the amount of time, and I'm going to give a specific amount of time now and a specific piece of the equation of mastering editing. So for one and all, the more clear, concise your goals are, the easier it is for your brain to say, I can do that.
Hmm.
When it's murky, the brain has trouble locking on. So you want it to be specific video editing, for my example.
Right.
Measurable, 25 minutes and seven gaps that I
Yeah.
cut. So you could do both, or you could do either one to make it singular. That might be even easier for the brain. But
Hmm.
that's one of the ways to make it measurable. Would you agree with that?
Correct.
And
Yeah, I
what's the
would.
A?
Achievable?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I'm
So
not
like,
going to say I'm going to become the world's greatest editor and I'll be able to produce the next Avatar movie. That my brain might say, yeah, right, go home.
right,
So if I can't believe it, it's unlikely I'll achieve it. So you want it to be specific, measurable, achievable, and really achievable and believable to you. Yeah.
right.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, to you, because there are some people out there that actually are in the position to make it achievable for them to create the next Avatar movie.
Yeah,
Because
that's right.
because the person who actually did create the Avatar movie,
They started somewhere.
if they didn't think it was if it wasn't achievable for them, they wouldn't have done it.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
And the sizes, the size of those leaps that we might be able to
Yeah.
make might increase over time. Today, we want you to begin getting into motion, right? And to
Hmm.
do that, you want it to be believable, achievable in your mind. And then as you are hitting a certain percentage of your goals, you can say, now I want to stretch a little bit more, and you become a master. So SMART is uh, um, specific, measurable, achievable. Okay. R,
Relevant.
relevant. Yeah. I'm not doing it just because I got nothing else to do.
Right.
It is a step in the direction of where I want to end up. I want to end
That's
up
correct.
there, but
Hmm.
I can't say, let's say a person wants to earn money. If I say I want to be a millionaire, and they're not at the moment, I want to be a
Hmm.
millionaire in 12 months. Okay. So today, if I say become a millionaire, that might freak me out. But if I do say I'm going to invest 1 hour in reading that book on economics, and that is relevant because that is a step towards my objective. Is that
Right.
how relevant means?
Correct. But that's what I believe it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's smart.
Also relevant to your overall mission, your overall plan. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in alignment with who I am and where I'm committed to go. And then
Yes.
what is the T in smart?
Time bound.
Time bound.
Give
Oh,
yourself
yes.
instead of saying I'm going to become a millionaire, when?
Mhm.
Or instead of
Yes.
saying I want to do this video editing, when do you want to have it completed by?
Nice. So if it can't be measured, if at a specific moment in time, if I can't say, yes, I did it, or no, I didn't do it, then it wasn't written in a way that is time bound and
Hmm.
measurable.
Right.
So you'll want to take the time. Beautiful. So then step three. So we've got step one, which is uh, you want to have that victory journal. Step two, you want to begin to write SMART goals. And day one, just one, get a win, and move on. Step three.
Well, the third step is what I'm incredibly passionate about, actually, because it's reshaped my entire life. Flipping negative self-talk using positive affirmations.
Mm,
Negative self-talk becomes a script you don't even realize we're following.
yes.
I
Yes.
can't. I'm not good enough. I'm always failing. Those thoughts become instructions, and you end up
Mm-hmm.
living them out.
Mm-hmm.
So just to flip the negative self-talk with positive affirmations, because
And
affirmations actually let you rewrite those instructions.
yes. And whenever I'm working with a live audience, I'll have them say something positive, like
Hmm.
I. What I'll do is I'll say, let's move into a spiritual realm, so we're not time bound, because in the spirit world, it's always now, right? The spirit world doesn't have future and past. Spiritual world is uh, is the eternal now. And
Hmm.
so to move into a spiritual conversation and say, I am a millionaire, for an example, if that's an objective, because either you are or you're not, the manifestation of that identity comes over time. But if you're not a millionaire now, you won't be a millionaire because non-millionaires are non-millionaires, millionaires are
Hmm.
millionaires. And so I explain all that and I'll say, let's all say it together. I am a millionaire. And what I'll notice is people will say, I'm a millionaire.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
They can't say it without diffusing it, mocking it, justifying it. Oh, he said it because he made me. And to be able to begin with positive self-talk feels like a lie when you're not
Mhm.
feeling it. So, what are your thoughts on helping a person move into the affirmations? Like, I'm doing it, but I'm not digging it. I'm saying
Right.
it, but I'm not believing it.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the journey of not a person who's only
Hmm.
negative self-talk and beginning to give affirmations? How do you help people with that?
Right. Well, it doesn't mean saying things you don't believe yet. It
Yeah.
means creating a believable alternative. Instead of I
Yes.
can't do this, you might say I'm learning to do hard things
Yes.
one step at a time. Instead of I'm not good enough, you might say I'm growing into the kind of person I want to become.
Hmm. I love it.
Instead
And
of
for
just saying
me,
I am this, you say I'm growing into.
yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you, Sheldon, and I don't want to be, overtly spiritual, but my own spiritual journey has helped me. So one of the things that it says in the wisdom literatures, I can do all things through God that strengthens me, and specifically because it's the Christian faith, it's I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And so even if I may not be feeling all the self confidence, it doesn't mean I can't have limitless confidence. It's just my confidence is in a relation to my spiritual connection,
Hmm.
but no less confident. I don't have to say I'm all that in a bag of chips, but I can say I have faith in divine or love or the universe or whatever, wherever someone's journey is. And to
Right.
say my faith is solid, even if it's not self centered, it is still rock solid. I have
Hmm.
faith that I can. And to say all things work together for good, all things work together. These kinds of phrases I found to be completely transformative. Would you agree with
Yeah,
that? That it doesn't have to be me, that it could be faith in the journey, the way the universe is, God, something like that?
it could be. We
Yeah.
all have different beliefs. We all have different thoughts. Yeah, it
Yeah.
really well could be. Depends on the person. Um,
Yes.
I just know that when we repeat the new sentence every morning and every night, something happens. Your
Yes.
mind stops treating it like a nice idea and it starts treating it like truth.
Yes.
And once you
Yes.
believe something, your action begins to rise to meet it.
I love it.
So,
Now, I just want everyone to know that there's an ocean of gold in these five steps, and we're just touching the tip of the iceberg. And on affirmations, this is a real sweet spot for Sheldon. I know he has an ocean of gold for you to really help you have complete peace and complete ease in mastering one of the most important things in transforming a life and overcoming any and all obstacles. That's why
mhm.
I'm going to encourage everyone to dial into Sheldon's work. And you have, and I'm not cutting us off now, but I just want to tease it right now that you're giving away a gift. Can you tell people what you're giving away? I always ask my guests if they're willing to give something away. So tell people what you're giving as a free gift, no strings attached.
Yeah. Thank you. The full guide that we're talking about here today is actually completely free to download, and it is what I'm offering is the 5 steps to having a better life,
I
or just
love
the
it.
5 steps to help you have a better life.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, what you will find, viewer, is in the description. We're recording this live right now, but after the live, I'll be over the next day or so. I'll be putting all the information in a description, and it'll have the link that you can go straight in, and you just tell Sheldon where to send it and how to, and then he'll give you access, and you're going to be blessed with this, and not rushed as we are today. You're going to get all of the care and all the expertise that Sheldon has. And I just wanted to encourage you, if you thought, oh, maybe they skipped through that a little fast for me, don't worry about it. You've got Sheldon, and he's giving you the gift, and that's going to open up a door of connection, and Sheldon will support you from there. Okay, where were we? Was that step three, step
That
four?
was
Where
step
did we get?
three.
That was
That
step
was
three.
step
Okay,
three.
step four. What do you got?
Step 4 is commit to daily progress, because the
Yes.
fourth step is all about momentum.
Yep.
And if we don't try to at least be consistent with something, then we're not going to be able to accomplish what we're looking
Hmm.
for. Committing to daily progress. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean working 8 hours a day on your goal. It just means doing something, anything that keeps you moving.
Yes. It's good for the psyche to show myself I'm serious. Now sometimes we're
Hmm.
flying forward, sometimes we're running forward, sometimes we're walking forward, sometimes we're just falling forward, crawling forward. But if we're in that direction, we're in that direction. And sometimes the pace isn't what we want, but every single day, one of the discipline things I've said, Sheldon, is every single day do one good thing you don't feel like doing.
That's right.
So whether that good thing is the broccoli or the exercise or forgiving someone or reading wisdom literature or doing, making friends, whatever it is you don't feel like doing, but it's a good thing, at least one good thing you don't feel like doing. And it's not up to me to decide what's good for you or what you should feel like you feel like doing. But if
That's right.
every day you discipline yourself, I'm going to do one good thing that I don't feel like doing, you become a master of self. and that person can touch lives. And
For sure.
so every day, yeah,
For sure. And what matters is that you keep going. When you
yes,
make progress daily, even tiny progress, your belief in yourself grows.
I love it. I love it. And for those of you who are watching, even if you get your butt kicked, you have a bad day, you're a jerk, you fall off the wagon and you go into it, fine, fine, fine. You're one moment away from being back on track, right? You're
Hmm.
one moment of decision away from being back on track. Yes, it makes it easier if you do exactly as Sheldon's sharing. Yes, it is easier if you keep that momentum going. And the moment you find you blew it, that's the moment to be gracious towards yourself and say, I'm back on the wagon, right? You're
Hmm.
one moment away from being back on the right path. So be gracious with yourself, disciplined, tough on yourself. But the moment you blow it, be very gracious, forgiving, and get yourself back on track. But yes, you want to stick to it. Okay, number 5. What do you got, sir?
Step 5, celebrate small wins because
Mm,
every small win you can combine together to have a big win. People say, well, that's only a small win. That's not much. It
yeah.
was like, yeah, would they all build together to be the success that you already have inside you.
Amen. Amen. The was it the Tao Te Ching? A great journey begins with a single step, and so every single step matters. You know,
Hmm.
when the when the person who's the sculptor, when they're tapping on marble with this little wee hammer, they're tapping, tapping. It might take 1,000 taps to produce
Yep.
the perfect break. So which tap mattered? Every single one of them. It's patient persistence, not patience in I'm waiting for a white knight, a savior, and everything to go right. No, I'm not. I'm not lazy in my patience. I'm persistent in my patience, and it's. I remember one of the speakers said, "Just keep on going until the whole universe says, fine, be
Yeah.
successful if you want to
Hmm.
be. Fine, be happy. I'm done
That's right.
holding you back. I'm done with you. Just go and be happy and change the world and have a great life." And it just
Hmm.
gives up trying to stop you because you won't give up. Patient persistence.
That's right.
Amen, Sheldon.
That's
I
right.
love it.
I invite people to ask themselves one question. No matter how bad you think your day is, always say what one or many things went right today.
Yes.
If you can find one, no matter how small it is, one thing went right, focus on that, build on
Hmm.
that.
I love
Because
it.
we can all find things to go wrong in our day,
Yes.
but the trick is to finding the things that or remembering the things that actually went right. No
Yes.
matter what, even if it was what sock you put on first this morning. You know,
Yes, yes, yes. Sheldon, you're an absolute pleasure to meet and to speak with. You're a good guy. You're a smart guy, and you've
thank you.
worked very hard, and you're helping people. And I celebrate the man that you are and the difference you're making. And I thank you for taking the time. And everyone watching, I'm asking you to please take advantage of the gift. Click on the link, grab the 5 steps, so that you have it in a form that you can review and review more than just this live, because we've had to move relatively quickly. But get the gift, be engaged in it, and then reach out to Sheldon in any way that you want. We're going to give you that information. The other thing I want to remind everyone on is this: Sheldon and I have met because we're both speakers at the conference that's over Sheldon's shoulder there, the Power of Affirmation Conference. It's the third annual Global Speakers event, and we're both speakers there, and that's how we got to meet. So I'm going to, Sheldon and I have been given the freedom to give you a free ticket. So it's in the description. I'm going to put it in the description as well. So grab yourself a free ticket to this event from December 2nd to the 19th. An ocean of gold, golden hearts, golden minds, golden strategies, all given to you as a free gift. So click on that link, take advantage of that, and click on the link for Sheldon's 5 steps to overcome. Sir, I can't thank you enough. I'll give you the last word, but I thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us.
Thank you very much, Gene. This has been my pleasure. I'd just like to say a few words. I did have a little closing message written up
Please.
that for
Oh, I
myself.
love it.
Before I wrap up, I want to share one thing I've learned through every chapter of my life. Self-doubt doesn't mean you're not meant for more. It means you're standing on the edge of something important, something you've never done before, something that matters. You don't wait for confidence to show up. You build it through action. Your strength, and you strengthen it through repetition. and you grow into it through the choices you make every single day. Your goals aren't out of reach. They're waiting for you to believe you're capable of reaching them. Thank you for listening, and thank you for spending this time with me and James. And I hope to see you all at the Global Speakers Talk on December the 10th for my specific episode and the rest of the episodes as well. I truly
Beautiful.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you and your family. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your mom. And I hope someday to meet you in person. But for one and all, please click on the links to the event. Click on the link to Sheldon's free gift, the 5 Steps to Overcome. And one and all, you are here not just to make it. You're here to make it better. You are a person who is here on purpose with a reason for this season. And we are looking forward to the benefits that you're bringing to this planet, and we can all learn together. And it may start with the 5 steps of overcoming. Thank you so much, Sheldon. God bless you and your family. One and all, I'll see you again soon on Good Life GPS. Bye for now.